Let's get started here. Welcome to the Real P&L Trading Show, where I share my P&L on four separate accounts. I trade four separate systems, and I have those defined in each one of my accounts. I also share my proprietary safe wheel strategy for free. I'm going to check the commentary. I want to make sure that my audio, videos, everything's working. You guys give me some feedback on that. I'd appreciate it. Also, be sure to post any questions you might have regarding any of my trading systems or anything that has to do with options trading. I've been doing it for about 25 to 30 years, options trading, so I have some pretty good experience. So if you have any questions, I can probably answer. Okay, let's see. Yes, thank you guys for letting me know that the audio is working good. Let's get on with the program here. You can see my screen. This is the Earnings Edge account. You can see you can see all my trades for this year, and you can see that I'm up $4,300, $4,400. Let's see, P&L 10,353. I'm going to put that into the spreadsheet and talk about that for a little bit here. Last trade was AXP. I made 1,020, and since my second update 2.0, I've got 35 wins, 27 losses, 9 break-evens, 56% win rate, average win 721, average loss 622. But you know, I've updated this. This is new news here. Announcement: I have updated the Earnings Edge to version 3.0, and since I've been running 3.0, which is the beginning of this year, my record is 3 wins and 0 losses and 0 ties. I'm not saying I'm never going to lose. Of course, I'm going to have some losses. But my average win is $1,465. So what was my P&L? 10,353. There's my net lick, 10,353. Let's put that in here. 10,353. And what is SPY trading? SPY is trading at 590.90. 590.90. Okay, so you can see here how the Earnings Edge is done here in 2022, up 63%, market down 20-ish. EE in 2023, up 17%, market up 24.29%. EE in 2024, down 33%, and the market up 23%. And then so far in 2025, the Earnings Edge is up 61%. That's just in 1 month. And the S&P 500 is only up 0.92. So the S&P 500 is up about 1% this month or this year. And you can see the totals for the Earnings Edge since I started trading it in 2022, up 107%, and the market's up about 23, just over 23%. So you can see how the Earnings Edge is doing. I'm considering opening up the cart, open that cart back up. I may do that. I'm deciding that now, but if you're interested, there's a link in the description. You can get on the wait list. Okay, let's talk about now the PL5 Pro. The PL5 Pro, let's see here. Let's get into that particular account. And that would be the 527 account, I believe. Yes, there it is. Okay, so my account balance is, let's call it 481,808. Let's call it 480,808. 480,808. Let's bring that into the spreadsheet. 480,808. So it's up a couple thousand. 480,808. So it's up a couple thousand from last week. I think the market's down today. I don't know. We'll look at it. Okay, so looking at the PL5 Pro, started trading this. This is the Pro version. This is the one where I trade my larger account on July 19th, 2024. That's when I took it live. Started with about $404,000, and in 2024 I made $64,602, about a 16% return. The market in that same time frame is up 6.65%. So far in 2025, the PL5 Pro is up 2.63%, and again, the market's up about 0.5%. Overall, since I started trading the PL5 Pro in this account and live, I'm up 19.04%, and the S&P 500 is up 7.63. So the PL5 Pro is doing quite well. If we get into one of those bull markets again where there's no volatility, this particular Pro version will probably underperform. That's really the only time it will underperform, but it'll still make money. And so if you get into a sideways market, kind of what we've been in for the last few months, you can see that it'll outperform pretty well, or a grind down market or a crash market, obviously it's going to way outperform. So 19% versus 7.63% over the last 6 months, 7 months. Okay, that's the PL5 Pro. Let's talk about the PL5. I used to call this the PL5 Pro Lite or the S&P 500 version. It's just going to be called the PL5 from now on. It's basically the PL5. Before I started running the Pro, this is basically the PL5 here. Started this account on July 16, 2024 with $30,000. And in 2024, I made 10.2%. The market from that particular day, July 16, 2024, was up 3.94% in 2024. Let's see what the account is now. I'm trading this with Interactive Brokers. I started the account with $30,000. Can't show you the whole account. It'll show my account number. But you can see I'm at 33,570. So 33,570. So down about $300 from last week. 33,570. So this year, which was only 1 month, the PL5 is up 1.52, and again the S&P 500, or using SPY, is about 0.92. So far, since I've been running the PL5, I'm going to call this the PL5, right? Not the Pro Lite. Since I've been running the PL5, which has been about 6 months approximately, maybe 7, between 6 and 7 months, the PL5 is up 11.9%, and the S&P 500 is up 4.9%. So it's outperforming the S&P. Now with this, the drawdowns will be equivalent to the S&P, maybe just slightly more than the S&P. But you can see that it's outperforming as expected. Okay, so that's the PL5. PL5 is doing quite well. All right, let's talk about the Safe Wheel. And I'm going to pull the Safe Wheel account up. Let's get that account up and talk about the P&L in that account, because I'm going to show my P&L, right? My net lick. And you can see here, let's see here, 5520, 5520. Okay, 5520. Let's put that in into the spreadsheet. See how this one's doing, this particular trade system, 5520. So in 2022 did 21%, market down 20. 2023 did 5.3%, and the market was up 24. And in 2024, wow, down 14% on this system, and the market was up 23. So vastly underperformed there. Let's see how we're doing so far this year. In 2025, the Safe Wheel is up 0.73%. and the market's up 0.92%, so pretty much matching the market. But this system draws down about half as much as the market. So in terms of risk-adjusted returns, doing quite well. Overall, up 10.4%. The market up 24.41. So even on a risk-adjusted basis, it looks like the market's outperforming by just a little bit, because the 10.4%, you could pretty much double that. And it's still underperforming just a little bit on a risk-adjusted basis. Okay, looks like I just had an order filled. I'll look at that later. It's one of my other accounts. Okay, so let's get on to questions or comments. All right, let's see here. Let's bring back. Oh, now I need to trade the actual Safe Wheel. Let's do that. Let's talk about trading and what I'm going to do with the Safe Wheel. So the first thing I want to look at is the put hedge. Make sure that the put hedge doesn't need any adjustments. So there's 3 questions with a put hedge. Number 1 question is, do I own 200 shares? The answer is no. So we do nothing with that one. Number two, is the amount of days in trade under 100? Because if it was, it would be depreciating too fast. The answer is no, so I do nothing. The other question is the $20 strike, that's because I own the $20 put, is that within 70% of 2297? And the answer is yes. I don't need to do the calculations. So that my put hedge is close enough to the money to be effective. So nothing to do with the put hedge. Next question, do I own a long call? Yes, I bought that on Friday. I paid $5 for it. It's there to protect my put hedge. So I've got a hedge for a hedge. I'm totally hedged. And then now the hedges are in place. Now I run the traditional wheel. So what do I do here? I own 100 shares and my basis is at $24. So I want to sell a call for at least $24 and I want to get at least 23 cents for it. Let's see if I can do that. And I want to do it something that expires at the end of this week. So we're looking at expires at the end of the week. We're going to go to the 24. And it looks like, wow, we've got some pretty wide spreads going on here. 22 to 42. Usually these spreads are a little tighter. Let's make sure we're in the right underlying. Yeah, okay. Okay, it looks like I can sell the 24. If I try to go to the 24 and a half, I won't get enough premium. I want to get at least 24 cents. Half of this is 20. I might not be able to get enough here. Let's see if I try to sell this. Let's see what that mid price is. So the mid price is 21, and I want to get at least maybe 23, 24 cents. So maybe just not enough premium to actually go ahead and make this move. So what am I going to do? I'm going to open up tier number 2 because I have room for 2 tiers. And if you want to call this a martingale, you can call it that. But I'm going to double down at this point. And this is the most that I will add to my position. I will add 2 positions. That's the most I will. And my put hedge will cover me. I'm hedged. So I'm going to actually sell another put. And I want to get at least like 23 cents for it. The $22 put, let's see what I can get for that. 22 cents. I mean, that's cutting it close, but I'll see if I can get that 22 cents. So I'm going to sell a put here. Let's see if I can get 22 cents for it. It's pretty much right there, 23 cents. It's close enough. I want to be out of the money. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so that filled right away. So I collected there. It was kind of on the edge. Maybe I should have, waited for it to be worth 23 cents or 24 cents. I want to get enough premium, right? ABC, always be collecting premium. So I collected some premium here. I added tier number 2. It's possible I could be long 200 shares if next week or at the end of the week, this particular stock, LI, goes under $22 and I get assigned. I can own 200 shares at that point, which would be fine because my puts I've got 3 puts at the $20 range. You can see that's up $30 today. And you can see that my stock's down 50. You can see I'm down about 20 bucks for the day. Okay, so that is the safe wheel. And that is the trade for the safe wheel. Okay, so let's get into any questions or comments. It looks like we have 270 Mad Mike like the video. Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you guys like the video. If you like that I share my actual net liquidation, which is actually proof of whether I'm making money or not making money in each of my accounts and each of my systems. You can see whether they're making money or not making money in real life. If you approve of that and you want others to do that, because I would like, if you're an instructor and you want to prove that you're credible, you should share your P&L on your portfolio. If you believe that, hit that like button. And Mad Mike said the audio is good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Monarch says audio good. Appreciate that. Helam, NVIDIA puts printing or nah? Well, so I think what you're asking me right now is a directional question, right? Is NVIDIA going to go up or is it going to go down? If it's going to go up, you want to sell puts. If it's going to go down, you want to buy puts. So you're asking me a directional question, and I don't know which direction. the stock's going to go. I don't know what direction the market's going to go, and I don't care because my systems are set up to where it doesn't matter. Oh, Avery says the last trade was Amazon. Let me update that real quick on the spreadsheet. The last trade on Earnings Edge was Amazon, not AXP, and I remember how much it was. Amazon. And it was for $1,040 profit. My last 3 trades were all winners, right? And let me show you that, right? Amazon right here, 1,040, yeah. So you can see my last 3 trades here, and how much I've up this year to date, which is up over 60, 70% just in this 1 month with the Earnings Edge 3.0. Brad says, would you consider another exposed episode? I'm really liking option alpha. Very similar risk-defined strats. Also, they transitioned to custom-built bots, so all your strategies could be automated. I did one video on Kirk. You should find it through the archives. And it had to do with the way he had a hedge set up, and I was kind of comparing it to another hedge. I haven't done a review in a couple of years. I kind of got bored, to be honest with you. It's just kind of tedious, and I kind of wanted to change my model to doing these live streams and sharing my P&L rather than doing the doing those reviews. But the thing is, I might do reviews in the future. I just haven't decided. It's like I need to get the energy to do those. You know, they take a lot of energy, and you know, especially if sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't like doing it, so it just takes a lot of energy to do those. And I mean, if they're not sharing their P&L, I mean, what do you? I mean, that just tells you a lot. It almost tells you everything you need to know. Mad Mike, do you see any issues getting a fill for the PL5 Pro Lite strategy? I'm trading it in paper for now, but I have such a hard time filling out 3 tranches. No, I don't. I haven't had any issues filling the PL5 or the PL5 Pro. You're not going to get, most of the time, you're not going to get mid-price. You're going to have to come off of mid-price a little bit. Less is more. Let's see. Any thoughts about executing the safe wheel with longer term options every 2 weeks or monthlies? That's a really good idea, and I think that it would work. I haven't back tested it, but I believe it would work. But one of the things that I did was I kind of tailored. I can tailor my trading to my lifestyle, and my lifestyle is to do a live stream every week and show you guys that I can trade live. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm going to keep it at weekly. But if you did it every 2 weeks or monthlies, I'm sure it would work. It would work fine. I haven't back tested, so I can't say 100%. But yeah, back tested, it should work. And it would, you know, if I was trading this and probably not doing a live stream, I probably would do monthlies, right? Because it would be a lot less time. I like to trade systems that don't take up a lot of my time. John Doe, would you consider testing the safe wheel on a more expensive stock? I'm curious if the safe wheel would perform the same regardless of the stock's market price. Yeah, I think it would work fine. The problem there is, it's not really a problem, would be sizing, right? Because I have my sizing all done up where if I have between $5,000 and $10,000, I trade 1 wheel and 3 put hedges. If I have between $10,000 and $15,000, I trade 2 wheels and 6 put hedges. And that's set up to have margin, regular margin, and also a stock between $20 and $40. If the stock gets over $50, I won't have enough margin to do that ratio of 3 to 1. But if you have more money in the account, you could double it. So let's say you wanted to trade a stock between $50 and $100, you might be able to get away with having $10,000 to $20,000 in the account and doing it in a ratio of 3 to 1. It's it's got to be sized properly. Will it work on a more expensive stock? I don't see any reason why it would not. You just want to make sure that you can get enough premium. And if it's too crazy, like the stock is just like, what are those crazy stocks like Palantir or something like that? I mean, it's probably going to, your put hedges are going to be super expensive, and you might run into problems with stocks that are just like too volatile. You have to back test it. John Doe is saying the less is more. I had thought about that a bit. I would think that the IV is high. It would benefit by locking in high volatility premiums for a longer term, like a month or 2 weeks. True, and you also have to consider the cost of your put hedge when you're talking about the higher IV, because you're going to pay more for your hedges, and it pretty much should all kind of work out, right? Your hedges are going to cost more, but you're going to be collecting more premium. So, they should work themselves out, but it's always something that should be back tested. Always back test your system before you start trading. And Shovel says that he was first, even though he's like 20th here. Avery says that paper trading doesn't fill custom orders. Okay, so the reason why you're having issues is because you're paper trading, and she just said that it doesn't fill with the custom orders. So you're probably never going to get filled because you have a custom order in there and you're paper trading. Steven says, will the earnings edge be opened again? Yes, I'm strongly considering opening the earnings edge right now, pretty soon. I would get on that wait list, right? Because you'll be first to know. And if I might offer some type of discount or something if you're on that wait list. Bad Mike says, toss is filled occasionally, but always a struggle, and usually have to be far more expensive than the mid price. Yeah, I think that has to do with the paper trading and the custom order, like Avery mentioned. And Monarch Cloud says, yes, tried to paper trade the PL5, nothing would fill. Called Schwab, and they said complex orders like that can't be done on paper. That verifies. Yep, that makes sense. And it's not really that complicated of an order. It's only 3 legs, but it's they call it a complex order. It's really just a custom order. I mean, it's a custom trade, and it's proprietary. Okay, any other questions? Any other comments? Always be sure to hit that like button. I'd appreciate that. And also the Premier Level 5 program the cart is open right now. So I just want to remind you guys, the cart's going to be closing tomorrow. And if you were invited, I would go ahead and get involved with, get that application in, get that thing going, because I'm going to close that cart. Ian, you may get better fills on paper trading with interactive brokers. Yeah, possibly. We haven't, I don't know, interactive brokers might have the same issue, but maybe not. Okay, guys, I appreciate all you guys. And in parting, I say, if the P&L is not real, what else are they trying to conceal? I'll be back next week.